Who is Starhawk? Starhawk, or Miriam Santos, is an American writer and activist. She is currently 64 years old and lives in the San Francisco Bay Area of California. Starhawk is known as a theorist of ecofeminism and neo-paganism. What is ecofeminism? Ecofeminism is an active and academic movement. It sees critical connections between the domination of nature and the exploitation of women. Ecofeminism basically combines ecological concerns with feminist ones, regarding both as a result of male domination of society. To quote Starhawk, "At a time when every major ecosystem on the planet is under assault, calling nature sacred is a radical act because it threatens the overriding value of profit that allows us to despoil the basic life support system of the earth. And at a time when women still live with the daily threat of violence and the realities of inequality and abuse, it is an equally radical act to envision deity as female and assert the sacred nature of female and male sexuality and bodies." What is neo-paganism? Neo-paganism is a nature religion that perceives the earth as both sacred and interconnected. It can also be described as an earth religion. A dictionary definition describes neo-paganism as a 20th century revival of interest in the worship of nature and fertility as represented by various deities. Starhawk describes neo-paganism as follows. She states, "Our spirituality is based on experience, on a direct relationship with the cycles of birth, growth, and death, and regeneration in nature and in human lives." More background on Starhawk. All of Starhawk's upper-level education was in California. She received a BA in Fine Arts from UCLA. She was also a graduate student in film at UCLA. She received an MA in psychology with a concentration in feminist therapy from Antioch University West. She has also taught at many California universities, most of them in the Bay Area. After a failed attempt to become a fiction writer in New York City, she returned to California and became active in the neo-pagan community in the San Francisco Bay Area. What is Starhawk most well known for? Starhawk is a well-established author of a total of 9 books. The most popular is titled The Spiral Dance, which has become one of the main inspirations behind the goddess movement. The movement is centered around the goddess, who represents vitally important aspects of life, such as childcare, agriculture, farming, and any other ways of life that is based on the notion of equality for all. The goddess is the creator, whose limitless fertility brings new life. Like many neo-pagan religions, there are no rules, no Bible, no major doctrine, just the goal of living in harmony with nature. What are Starhawk's central principles to her theology? First, the goddess is seen as immanent in the world. Also, all things are interconnected. Therefore, magic, the art of changing consciousness at will, must be ethical and include a focus on social justice. What kind of people are followers of Starhawk's theologies? Both men and women who are already involved in Wicca or neo-paganism and ecofeminism have come to support Starhawk and her ideals. What effect does location have on the movement? Starhawk is based in the San Francisco Bay Area, where many people are very politically and environmentally aware. This makes her beliefs all the more relevant and attractive to people living in the Bay Area. How does this movement interact with a larger society or gain new members? A strong component of the Starhawk movement is reclaiming, which involves classes and rituals held by a community of people working to unify spirit and politics. This vision of reclaiming is rooted in the religion and magic of the goddess, the immanent life force. Starhawk states, "Liberty, equality, and social justice are key values in our tradition." The purpose of reclaiming is to use the skills learned to deepen strength, both as individuals and as a community, to voice concerns about the world in which we live in, and to bring birth a vision of a new culture. Reclaiming is fairly strict, but if one follows certain guidelines for participating in reclaiming circle, then one is welcome in open circles. What draws new members in? Social justice and political activism is vital to Starhawk. This helps to draw new members in by emphasizing the importance of political activism. She makes sure to set her vision of ecofeminism and neopaganism apart from other versions of Wicca, ecofeminism, and neopaganism. Since there is so much debate about both women's rights and the environment, Starhawk's ideals are relevant to the time we are living in now. Could this movement occur in other places in America or the globe? Yes, it could easily take place in America or other parts of the globe. Starhawk's views on the importance of the environment makes it a relatively universal religion, although it is probably more likely to occur in countries where women have more equal rights. That is not to say it can't occur in countries where women don't have equal rights. Reclaiming rituals are held in America, Europe, and Australia.